This is stun locking me. I don't even know what to say. I'm feeling like this guy. Yeah, it's enough of blind for the day. I got no comment on that one. So I wanted to have a little fun because it's been a while, and every time that I open this app, I kind of have a good laugh. It's not just laughs. I think it's a good reflection of what's going on. And I even saw this one here about the H-1Bs approved. And I kind of want to say you can't really avoid this anyways, because you and I have noticed it. If you try to get freelancing work, everything is low pay and very competitive. Like the roles are so saturated, it's very hard to get anything. So you couldn't even properly stop this in the first place, even if you had complaints around it. If you see this right here, H-1Bs are interesting because they're both good and bad in that they're good because people get an opportunity to work here and a company can easily find talent and pay them. What's not good about it is that an H-1B is a way for a company to hold something over your head. And that's something that I've definitely seen people face. I used to work somewhere and I had a friend on H-1B and there was no path to getting a green card. That company wouldn't sponsor unless they became, I guess, an L5 or something. A lot of people complaining about H1Bs here. I see what he's saying. That's the thing, though, is what I was talking about earlier with H1Bs. It's like, even though they're not in the country, they still are going to be getting more jobs because, their living situation costs less. So, really, the only downside is um, language and time zone, right? If they have proficient English and you're a US company, obviously you're going to want to work in English. And then it's really only comes down to those two things. Because it's a remote job, essentially, writing software, companies will just hire where they can get it cheaper unless they are convinced like, there's some benefit to that. And usually for salaried positions, like the benefits considered. But this is actually why you see a huge uptick in LATAM developers getting hired because they have a much lower cost of living than in the US. They speak pretty good English and they have a time zone overlap with the US. People do this, they go down to Mexico for tunnel work. Exactly. People do this, yes. It's just super accessible for a company to do it when they're just offshoring the first prototype. But then usually you find like sometimes if you ever join a company full time, then they're like, oh, we have an old thing from the contractors or from the outside firm we worked with uh, that wasn't so good. And that's not even like, even that's true of anywhere, like any country, but it's just more likely when you can't communicate as well or when there's like this overlap. Even then, a consultancy can figure that out if they're good enough at it. They can figure out like overcoming those gaps, finding some way to account for that communication delay. No, too dramatic. This is true, but there's no way in hell I'm doing a 23andMe. Am I lost? Like, is that the same thing, or what does that mean? Oh, like just doing what, a follow up task? Okay, I feel that. Asking about weekend plans considered flirting. This is like an example of needing to go outside. Look at this. People they link TC for no reason on here. I want to know what this has to do with this. What does a total compensation of 350K have to do with this? Except that you might want to develop a different skill than earning total compensation. Please don't go down this path. Please don't actually think this. Please don't actually think this. Casually asked a coworker about her weekend plan during happy hour. She just smiled and didn't say anything. I asked her again, assuming she didn't hear me. She just looks at me, smiling and giggling. Okay, I feel like they're both just like no hate, nothing wrong with being a little weird. But I think they're just both strange. Because no, I'm sorry, but if you answer the first one, there's something wrong with you. Thank you. I got a little worried here. It's a question, dum dums. No offense. It's okay to be a little strange. Just don't be offended. I'm a little strange too. So I don't blame you. My one critique for this app, even though, it gives me good fun, is it goes all the way to the top when I close out of something. So then I have to scroll through all this intense cringe all over again because they didn't find the right person. That's not how that works. The tech people being displaced, replaced, and kicked out are way smarter than folks in other industries. They will start encroaching other industries. Survival of the fittest applies as always. I actually think, like, not in an offensive way, but in kind of a joking way, but I think being a dumbass actually makes it so it's easier to be successful in like other industries. It depends. It depends like what we're talking about. Because like if you're doing something like sales, like shutting your brain off and then just going for it is like, you know what I mean, is better than being a developer who's like, let me overthink, let me find the best solution to like doing outreach when the best solution is to just like kind of shut up and do it. It's like I think being dumber and like having less going on up here helps in that case, but who knows? Um, that's just my opinion. No offense, but yeah, it's an interesting theory. Son is an incel. Whenever we order food, he stalks the delivery girl. He waits outside for the delivery, then asks for her number. What's happening? He says Chinese is why whites like him so and find a job. And you'd only hire whites if you were a hiring manager. He, he uses opioids. I've tossed them whenever I find them, but he keeps getting more somehow. He follows MAGA. When he got banned from a subreddit, he blamed the women mods and acts like it was a conspiracy. That's how I know this is fake because this would say female. And acts like it was a conspiracy. When we signed him up for SAT prep classes, he said he's not taking the SAT. He says he will enroll in the police academy. He wants to become a police officer so he can kill the mean girls from school and the I'm not saying that who rejected him and claim qualified immunity. My wife is aware there's a problem, but there's not much we can do. Yeah. I'm with Walmart. It's definitely fake. I've heard similar stories. Yeah, there's a lot going on there, but it all sounds like a joke. Sounds like he has terrible parents. Actually, kind of destroyed him with that one. He sounds like a minor manic episode. Dude, the only person having a manic episode is this person. And this is a manic episode. It's not, it didn't all happen at once. This is several different instances. This is a manic episode. I'm sorry, but I can't, this is crazy. It's like crazy on so many levels. I went down this road. You went down this road? You went down this road? All of this? And then also after once you like if you break this down, getting past that part, then I realized I could get experience with women from Asia. Why? What does that mean? And then also now date regular women. I mean, what's wrong with women from Asia? Regular woman. But I think most incels are lost when they get to that point. Let's hope better for your poor son. I agree. Let's hope better because I don't know what's going on there. I feel like I need a detox after reading that. That's the thing that's like in the US, so much is attached to your job. But I've been hearing you hear about so many other countries and like people can lose a job and they'll be okay. In the US, it's unless you're super rich, it's a big deal because your benefits are attached to it. Um, yeah, mortgages, even visas like we talked about the H-1B. Yeah, we are desensitized. I mean, kind of, it's that's kind of the way that our economy works, so that's why we're desensitized. That's how it is. Shit happens sometimes. Yeah. 8 months pregnant woman. Shit happens sometimes. Sometimes you just accidentally like fire a pregnant woman. I keep running into that issue myself. I don't know about you guys. I've definitely accidentally done that 20 times. So that's a thing. Yeah, I felt like this. I gotta say, when you're very far from your family and you don't have like connections with people that you know, your mindset will shift in a way that you can't understand why it's happening. And until you find some people close to you and get back to interacting with them, it can make you struggle a lot. In this kind of case, I really would try and connect with family if possible. You just got to do some healing with your family. People like to say this stuff, but when I hear this, my best advice, honestly, is connect with people you know and try to get closer to them again. Not getting to a club at this point in life that you're at is difficult. It doesn't feel great to do when you're in this kind of state. So that's my recommendation personally. There's a lot of like race stuff on this. People are obsessed talking about race. Like as soon as people are like anonymous, there's like type all the things that I can't say aloud. It's crazy. I think that's about it, guys. Like, I think you and I cringed enough. Don't forget to like and sub this, because I forget to mention it sometimes. And yeah, this is true. This is true because I don't know if you guys experienced it, but leave a comment. Let me know what you think because I so it's so confident I cut the wiring on my motorcycle. Yeah, because it like wants you to feel like it's right. It wants to give you an answer that satisfies you. It's like, am I right? And it's like, you could kind of be. You probably are. It's like, oh, you're absolutely right. It's like always one of those three things. It's never like recently it's been telling me I'm wrong in some cases, which is cool. But even O3 is like searching well, so I'll do like deep research for comparing products on there. But yeah. Okay, but leave a like, guys. And I'm gonna leave a vote on that. Look at that. And subscribe, hit the bell for more stuff like this. And also for I talk about more serious things too. Okay, here we go. Some good content. Eli wakes up at 6:45 a.m. reluctantly. His focus agent reminds him it's on-site alignment day, though he struggles to remember what exactly is being aligned. The commute still happens twice a week, a relic of old hybrid policies no one seems brave enough to kill. In the early 2020s, they said the office was obsolete. Funny how that didn't stick. By 8:15, Eli's at his workstation pod in the downtown Microsoft Loop campus. The task feed looks exactly as it did a decade ago: microservice maintenance, feature flag cleanup, data pipeline nets. Still Python, TypeScript, Rust. The same tech stack, the same tickets, the same Jira boards, just with more plugins now. Okay. His first hour is spent reviewing PRs, most drafted overnight by Codex 5.1, the latest in OpenAI's code agent line. Codex writes code that's syntactically perfect, logically passable, but joyless. It still needs human review because it can't see around corners, and because every few months it generates something subtly catastrophic. Eli chuckles grimly. They said agents would replace engineers. Instead, they replaced interns and gave seniors 10 times more reviews. Sprint planning kicks off at 10:30. The MCP workflow optimizer auto-generates the plan, and the team spends an hour and a half arguing over why it's wrong. Eli notices they now spend more time in planning meetings than they did pre-AI, partly because the agents flood them with permutations, partly because leadership expects every task to have an LLM justified rationale attached to it. Lunch is in the campus hub. The new grads brag about how they never had to write code by hand in college. Eli lets them talk. He remembers writing monoliths without agents. Sure, the tools are better now, but the work feels heavier, not lighter. Every ticket has twice the ceremony, twice the process, and a codex generated doc that no one reads. The afternoon blurs into agent tuned microservice glue work. The agents draft everything, but Eli and the team rewrite half of it because, despite the dashboards, it still feels brittle. Even Copilot Enterprise Plus can't stop the team from whiteboarding designs like it's timed. I was just talking about whiteboards. Some things just feel human. At 5 o'clock, he walks home through the streets plastered with AI enhanced productivity billboards. Eli smirks. The tools got better, the agents write the code, the meetings got longer, the process got thicker, and the only thing that ever really scaled was the number of dashboards. Over dinner, his home chef agent suggests stir fry, same as last week. Eli sighs, picks it anyway, and wonders if anyone will ever build an agent that actually gets it. Reading this, I actually wonder if we're going in that direction. Like, are we going to have absurd levels of process now because of handling the AI's tech debt, or is it going to handle it in most cases? If you can get all the context of the code base into the AI, it's possible a lot of it can work properly as long as the PRs are small enough, you know? So I'm really not sure. It's kind of true. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll see you around. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. And if you have any questions too, because in one of these videos I talked a lot about how I was doing mentoring. So I definitely want to do more of that on YouTube. So yeah, let me know. And I'll see you guys around.